Welcome to the episode 11 of Reality Podcast. I am your host, Ricky Valero. On today's episode, I'm going to be breaking down episodes 9 and 10 of Vanderpump Villa. The season is coming to an end. I missed the recap last week, but I'm making up for it with a double recap right now for both episodes as we head into these final two. Definitely interesting. All right, we saw a lot of drama heading into episode 9 with Nikki, our new person, arriving, but a lot went down in this episode. Before we dive in, thank you guys so much for listening to the episode 11 Reality Podcast right here on the YouTube. If you're listening on podcast platforms, thank you as well. We greatly appreciate the continued support of the Love and Reality Podcast. If you could do us a favor of subscribing, liking, commenting, 5-star ratings on iTunes, 5-star rating on Spotify, I would greatly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and dive into Vanderpump Villa episode 9 and 10. Caroline is mad at Nikki because she was flirting with Eric. Caroline, Emily, and Nikki are all have their eyes set on Eric. You know what I mean? Everyone is yelling, and Chef Anthony comes outside and is like telling them to shut up because he's trying to sleep. I love Chef Anthony. He's just kind of lingering around like, guys, try to be normal. I'm normal. You're not normal. It's comic card time. The guests say that Eric was supposed to serenade them, and it hasn't done it yet. And then Lisa goes, she's like, I'm thinking about making the chateau permanent. That's the stakes of the show. Like, it took us 9 episodes for us to realize that, hey, you're going to get a future job. Like, episode 1 should have been like, these guys are vying for Lisa Vanderpump's attention and to potentially get a job at one of her resorts, restaurants, whatever, etc. All right. Comic card, Lisa tells Stefan to get out of his own way. Guest called him out for doing a fantastic job, and congratulated him. Yeah, Stefan, he's really good, really soft spoken, very nice guy. Just does his job, and kind of gets overwhelmed when things don't go his way. And I can understand, because imagine like trying to wind in all of these teenagers that you have in your household and make them do their jobs. It doesn't seem like the easiest job in the world. Caroline is mad at Eric because he makes the move with all of the girls. She feels disappointed by them. He said she had a bad day. She said, you're dumb. He said if this was a few years ago, he would have started a fire, but now he's just trying to calm it down. Anthony said he doesn't care. He just wants sleep, which is hilarious. Gabriella is open to do things with Andre when they leave. He said, reality is they are leaving soon and they live in 2 totally different states and it's not a real thing. That's the hard part of these things. Like it's almost worthy of just like not being emotionally invested in this because you live in 2 different states. You know what I'm saying? But Marciano is asking everyone for help to have a dinner with Hannah. He said he wants to know if there's a label or not a label before they leave the chateau. Lisa lets Eric back at the top. Stefan and Nikki got good notes on the comment cards. A professional football team are coming to the chateau, but it's cheerleaders. The guys are happy, but they are all older. It was like a reunion of some sort of all these cheerleaders from back in the day. Eric calls them MILFs, and Lisa calls herself a GILF. And I died laughing. Telly doesn't feel like good, so she's going to lay down. This gives an opportunity Lisa to step up, or Emily to step up behind the bar. She's of course excited. He's struggling with making. Andre was kind of like struggling a little bit with making the drinks, but Emily's kind of stepping up. They organized a Brigadier photo shoot to replicate their old cheer outfits. This was beautiful. I this entire episode, I just love these little old ladies. They made me so happy. Like this entire thing. Stefan surprised the ladies with 3 shirtless men, Eric, Andre, and Marciano, who are in jeans, old up and looking good. 3 good looking guys. You can't say otherwise about these guys. Chef Anthony slays dinner again. We have come to expect nothing other than that. Marciano is setting up dinner for Hannah, and everyone is kind of helping him, which was a sweet moment because Marciano is not the most well-liked guy and has done a lot of dumb things. So is Hannah. She's happy with it. He wants to know where they're going to be when they get back to Vegas. She explains she doesn't want to be insecure. He tells her she makes him a better person. She said she's open to the idea of them being together, but he needs to change with actions, not just words. I would love to find out if these 2 are really together right now. The ladies are dolling up the guests again. So sweet. Grace said she wasn't outgoing and wasn't comfortable with makeup and stuff. And she said she finally has gotten there because of the people within the house. Love Grace. If you missed it, I interviewed her. I had her on the podcast. She was fantastic, very sweet, very somber, just a go-getter, great person. Topless service tonight for the ladies. For ladies last night, the men go crazy for the ladies, and it was wild. Eric is trying to ramp things up, but people are trying to stop him. They're opening up a bottle of the special champagne, but the ladies aren't feeling it. These ladies are old, Eric. Calm down. We love you. We know you love to take it up a notch or two, but let's calm down just a little bit. Eric and Grace are going at it. Eric and Marciana are talking to Grace, and Telly storms out in front of them because they are hanging out. Finally, Telly does something worthy of being back in my good graces because she stood up and said, "You will not be two grown-ass men yelling at her," because she's been in that same position before with these two, yelling and screaming at her. Grace tried to go at Eric, but Marciano stopped her. Before the ladies leave, the crowd does a little bit of a cheer routine. It was so adorable and so cute. Lisa sits down with Grace to talk about the comment card. They gave the housekeeping a 12 out of 10, saying she went above and beyond. 3 hours until checkout. Eric and Emily are playing football with donkeys. Eric said he's going to make up and friendships. He's going to make up to Emily, and he says friendships blossom into other things. Oh, do they now? Final group, Nahel, celebrate her bridal shower. I love Anthony, just love Chef Anthony so much. Bollywood extravaganza. The ladies are hot. The marquee event is showered with love with Bollywood dancers coming. The ladies arrive and ask Lisa to take a shot with them. She says she doesn't love to, but she takes one anyway. I just love Lisa. I love her demeanor. I love the conversations. I love everything about her. She said everyone can break the rules a little bit. She allows everyone to take one shot with her. Love this moment. Huge fan of this moment. We're playing a truth game. Telly said she wasn't attracted to anyone and would eliminate herself because she's over it. Gabriella says Andre talked about who the person that she's attracted to and closest to, and she says Stefan. Telly's comments cause a stir with everyone. Emily said she would love to be a bartender, so she approaches Lisa about being a bartender and is a better one than Telly, she says. She tells her what Telly said to the party, and she said she's making the decision to who to keep for next season. Again, stakes are high here, folks. All right, we switch right into episode 10, where the drama is going. Lisa pulls Telly aside about her comments. Telly is mad about someone saying this about her. She apologized, saying it won't happen again. Andre, this was definitely interesting. I'm a big fan of Emily. Big fan of Emily. I think Emily's been really good this season. I don't know. I just feel like this was, I understand you're trying to make a move, but I don't know. I just feel like it just didn't feel like the right moment. You know what I mean? I just felt like I don't know. It's kind of just cheesy. This is this far in the game. I understand you want to make a move, but I feel like you make that move saying, "Hey, next season, if I'm here, like this is what I want to be. I don't want to be here. I want to be there." She apologizes. Telly apologizes about what she said and said it won't happen again. Andre says he isn't sure he can trust Gabriella, and flirty as she's flirty with men, and she can show a little bit of flirty side. But he also says that he is also a little bit flirty as well. The girls are coming for Andre, which is very funny. The guests ask about the cocktail Emily created, and Eric mentions it. Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase that. The guests were asking for drinks. Eric mentions the cocktail that Emily created whenever there was another guest, and so he brings it up. So he goes and gets her to make them. And this, of course, stirred up the drama. Eric's trying to get Emily in his good graces, and Telly is mad as fuck. Telly's not thrilled. Andre ain't mad about it, but understands Emily. He said his name is Bennett, and he ain't in it. Oh man, Andre's like, to me, is low-key been one of my favorite parts of the show because he's so funny to me. Day 2, Telly confronts Lisa and apologizes to her. The Bollywood dancers come in and the guests were in love with the night. I really like that moment. Just this whole thing, the whole atmosphere, the whole Bollywood thing was amazing. Telly confronts Emily. Hannah hopes she keeps it clean because she needs her there. Telly she wants to know why she said what she said. She said, "We are friends and you're trying to take my job." Emily said she wants to be here so bad. If she saw the opportunity, she would take it. Telly said she saw a position worth taking. She wanted it. Emily said she doesn't fuck with her because of name calling of Gabriella. Point blank, period. Not mad at it. Why the fuck did you think we're friends? Hello. Eric plants a kiss on Emily. I thought this man had a girlfriend. He said he had a girlfriend back home. Apparently, that doesn't really matter. Nikki wants some of Andre. He tells everyone Nikki is beautiful. He started to fumble over his words. Andre couldn't get to know her because of Gabriella. He isn't thrilled that he attached himself. Gabriella isn't thrilled once he heard heard some of the stuff that Nikki said as she walked in on the conversation. Uh-oh. The guests are leaving. The comment cards were great. Lisa's wording them with a job well done. She's sending them on a riverboat to enjoy the view of south of France. And when they come back, they have special guest. That was supposed to be the last guest. Apparently not. Eric wants to get to know Emily. Nikki told Andre was a catch and the same in return. Surely this boat ride is going to be an adventure. Lisa's preparing for her next adventure. She's deciding who she wants to bring back. Eric tells Gabrielle that Andre is a great guy. She's wanting to talk with him. He's being avoidant. He wants to enjoy his time. Everyone's getting a little tipsy, and they have guests when they come back, though. That's interesting. It was funny on the van ride home. It was like one of them was like the party bus, and one of them was like sleeping. It was a nice combination of the two. They are back, but everyone is drunk, minus Chef Anthony, who isn't happy at all about anybody being drunk. They got special guests tonight, and Lisa tells them it's them, which is pretty cool. They are the guests tonight. She's turning the place over to them to relax and enjoy the outside. Chef smiled, and Lisa called him out for it. He has basically saying, "Does Chef ever smile? We never seen that guy smile." Andre was massaging Nikki, and that was definitely interesting because, yeah. Like what the hell? And I was surprised Gabriella didn't see that and like go crazy. Nikki and Caroline talk to each other, they make up, which is kind of cute. I really like that. Big fan of Caroline. If you missed my interview with Caroline, it was fantastic over on the Love and Reality podcast, whether that's on the YouTube or on podcast platforms. Gabriella said she's ready to explore things more seriously with Andre. She said he's a great human being. Andre says she is a great human being, but she gets on his nerves. He said he's open to seeing where things go. She said, I'll come to Dallas. Well, that settles that. Again, definitely interesting to find out if they really tried things out. Definitely interesting to see where that went from there. Hannah Marciano, he wants to be with her. Marciano said he can make the commitment to be loyal. She said she will give him another chance. He is beyond ecstatic. She said one fuck up and she will call it. What do we expect, guys? Do we expect it to last? I don't think so. Lisa gives the group a check of $8,000 for the seasonal bonus for their work at the chateau. Caroline toasts and apologized to Nikki. We get a montage of all the nonsense the folks did. And that is it for Vanderpump Villa. The season has come to an end. But before we go, I wanted to give you guys my rankings of the cast as we're here now. Okay, so I'm going to go from bottom to top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people on the show. 11 if you count Priscilla. I'm going to leave her out because she didn't make it to the end. But all right, coming in at number 10, Marciano. Do I need to say anything else, guys? Do I really need to say anything else? 9, Hannah. I like Hannah. I feel like I would have liked Hannah a lot more if Marciano wasn't there. Period. End of story. Telly, somebody that was very high on my ratings that ended up very low on my ratings just because of the moves that she made. And her and Hannah just were like Batman and Robin kind of, I guess. All right. Nikki comes in at number 7, just too new to the bunch. Emily, next up. Big fan of Emily. I just didn't feel like she made enough moves, or I just didn't feel like we got enough of her throughout the entire season. Grace is up next. Love Grace. Love her character. Love her arc. Love what she did. Stefan, another person, just fantastic. Loved them throughout the entire season. Thought they were fantastic. Eric is just highs and lows. He's an asshole and he's awesome and he's asshole and he's awesome. I don't know, guys. I can't help it. Caroline coming in at number 3. Loved her to death. Chef Anthony, number 2, just because he was Chef Anthony. Always made the great dishes. Coming in first place is Andre, just my dude, straight my dude. Love that guy quite a bit. And very, 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 very happy for this crew. Great bonus, great season. Would love to see a second season, maybe with a little bit more stakes at play, maybe with like elimination factor. We have a couple people waiting in the wings. If you act up, we throw somebody else in, kick somebody else out. I think that would be a lot of fun. If there is a season 2 of Vanderpump Villa, what do you want to see from the season that we didn't get this season? Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Love and Reality Podcast. Talk to you guys soon.